and welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 18th and 19th of December 2022. Let's start with our session. Who's the head of the Supreme Court Collegium, which recently sent its first set of recommendations? So Supreme Court Collegium recommended 5 High Court judges for the appointment as the judges of the top court. Okay, and this is the first set of the recommendations by this collegium. So it includes the recommendation of appointment of Justice Deepankar Datta as a judge of the Supreme Court. Fine. And further, Supreme Court Collegium also recommended the elevation of 3 High Court judges as the Chief Justices of the High Courts of Jharkhand, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh and Guwahati. Okay, so you have to remember who is the head of this particular Supreme Court Collegium. This is Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Fine. You have to mention in the comments he is the Chief Justice of India at which number. Next question is, which state or the union territory has proposed to launch a unique alphanumeric identification number for all the families? So Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Mr. Manoj Sinha recently said that the administration will launch 8-digit unique alphanumeric identification number for families in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, and what would be the aim of this particular number? So this would be a unique family ID, and aim is to speed up and transparent implementation of the social security schemes basically. Fine. So Jammu and Kashmir family ID will also be used to determine the eligibility of the beneficiaries of various social welfare schemes. Fine. So if you are asked that which state has proposed this particular unique alphanumeric identification ID for all the families in the state, so answer would be Jammu and Kashmir. Next is, which institution launched the International Climate Club? So the group of 7 economies, that is G7, have created an open international club for the countries so as to cooperate in the fight against global warming. Fine. And our German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who actually holds the presidency of the G7 until the end of the year, announced this particular decision. And also you have to remember that Germany will pass the presidency to the country Japan. And this club will work to help accelerate the industrial transition to cleaner forms of energy and also to further develop emission reduction measures. Fine. So only important keyword is International Climate Club, and if you are asked that which institution is related to International Climate Club, this would be G7. Now you have to mention which countries comes under G7. Do let me know in the comments. Also you have to mention in the comment that which country is the president of the G20 for the year 2022 and also for the year 2023. Very easy question, I think. Now there is one more institution which is in news these days. What is that? PFRDA. Full form stands for Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. So recently it launched the NPS Prosperity Planner. Why? To calculate the retirement income. Fine. So basically we can say that it is a personalized calculator for the subscribers to calculate their retirement income annually, and it is based on their existing contribution under NPS, and this new calculator will allow the subscribers to plan for adequacy retirement income, and it has been made available by the Central Record Keeping Agency. Fine. So if you are asked that which institution has launched NPS Prosperity Planner to calculate the retirement income, so answer would be Pension Fund Regulatory and the Development Authority. Next question says, which state recently passed a bill to remove the governor as the Chancellor of states universities? So the Kerala Assembly has passed a bill recently to remove the governor as the ex officio Chancellor of 14 universities in the state. And the government has introduced the University Laws Amendment Bill in the Assembly after repeated issues with Governor Arif Muhammad Khan. And what was the issue? On administration and appointments at these universities. So the bill will now be sent for the governor's consent before it comes a law. Fine. So here correct answer would be Kerala state. Next question says, which institution released the World Malaria Report 2022? Each year, the World Health Organization releases the World Malaria Report, which actually provides a comprehensive assessment of the trends in malaria control and elimination across the globe. Okay, and this year a report was based on information that was received from 84 malaria endemic countries in all the World Health Organization regions. Okay, and there were an estimated 6,19,000 malaria deaths globally in 2021 compared to 6,25,000 in 2020, and the global tally of malaria cases reached to 247 million in 2021 as compared to 245 million in 2020. Okay, so these data are not at all relevant. Only thing you have to remember is the World Malaria Report is released by the World Health Organization. Fine. Now there was one more report, and that was from the VBox India Skills Report 2023. Okay, and as per this, India's employable talent has risen in the past 1 year. So according to the report, India's employable workforce has increased from 46.2% to now 50.3%, and the percentage of women who were found to be employable has increased to 52.8% compared to 47.2% for men. Fine. Again, these data are not at all relevant. The only thing you can be asked is, as per the recent India Skills Report 2023, what is the percentage of India's employable workforce? So you have to remember this data is 50.3%. Next question is, when is the National Energy Conservation Day 2022 observed in India? So this day is celebrated on 14th of December every year in India. Why? To raise awareness about the global warming, climate change, and also to promote ways to save energy resources. Fine. And the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which works under the Power Ministry of India, has launched the National Energy Conservation Awards in the year 1991. And it aims to recognize the contribution of industries and establishments in reducing the energy consumption while maintaining their production. Okay, and the first time the awards were given away was on 14th of December. So that's why on this day we observe the National Energy Conservation Day. Answer would be 14th of December. Now next question is very important. What is that? Who is the first woman to head the Treasury and chair the US Federal Reserve? So US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is the first woman to lead the Treasury and chair the US Federal Reserve. Okay, and she has unveiled the first US banknotes printed with 2 women's signature. Okay, and the new banknotes were being produced at the Treasury's Bureau of Engraving and Printing site, and $1 and $5 bills were printed with the signatures of Yellen and the US Treasury Chief Lynn Malirba. Okay, and you have to remember that she is the first Native American to serve to that role. Okay, so correct answer would be Janet Yellen. Next is NTPC commissioned 150 megawatt and 90 megawatt Devi Court solar PV project in which particular state? So NTPC has commissioned the capacities of 150 megawatt and 90 megawatt Devi Court solar PV project at Jaisalmer in the state of Rajasthan, and they are declared on commercial operations. Okay, so with this, the standalone installed and the commercial capacity of NTPC has become 58,041 megawatt, while the group installed and the commercial capacity of NTPC has reached to 70,656 megawatt. Okay, so this is for stand alone, means single, and this is for the group. Okay, so you have to remember that these projects have been installed in the state of Rajasthan. Next is Tourism Minister recently dedicated 4 projects under Swadesh Darshan scheme from which state or the Union Territory? So Union Tourism Minister recently dedicated these 4 projects under Swadesh Darshan scheme to nation in Puducherry, and also he inaugurated the Puducherry Shopping Festival 2022 logo. Okay, so basically this festival aims to promote the business tourism and the trade by creating unique shopping experiences for the tourists who are visiting Puducherry. Fine. So these 4 projects have been launched from Puducherry. Next is, which state set up Inter-caste Interfaith Marriage Family Coordination Committee? So the Maharashtra state government has set up the Inter-caste Interfaith Marriage Family Coordination Committee, and this committee is to be headed by the state's Women and the Child Development Minister and BJP leader Mangal Prabhat Lodha. Okay, and aim is to gather the detailed information about the couples in such marriages and the maternal families of the women who are involved if they are estranged. Okay, so this committee has been set up by the state of Maharashtra. Next is, which state has set up a panel to provide internal reservation for the scheduled caste? So the state government of Karnataka has recently set up a panel to look into providing the internal quota for the scheduled caste, and the government has constituted a 5-member cabinet subcommittee to make recommendations on providing this internal reservation for the scheduled caste, and the law minister J.C. Madhuswamy will lead this subcommittee, and also it has some other ministers. Fine. So here keyword is internal reservation for the scheduled caste. So this state is Karnataka. Next is, who was appointed as the new chief scientist of the World Health Organization in 2022? It is also an important question, obviously. So World Health Organization has recently appointed Dr. Jeremy Farrar as its new chief scientist to replace whom? To replace Soumya Swaminathan. And now Jeremy Farrar will join the WHO in the second quarter of 2023, replacing Soumya Swaminathan. And talking about Jeremy Farrar, he is a clinical scientist who recently served as the director of Wellcome Trust. Okay, So this is Jeremy Farrar. Two things can be asked. Who has been appointed as the new chief scientist of WHO? So answer would be Jeremy Farrar. And you can also be asked that Jeremy Farrar has replaced whom? So that would be Soumya Swaminathan. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now we'll come to our revision section. Which three categories we are covering today? So first of all, we'll see few important ranks and indices. After that, we'll talk about important banking related current affairs. And at last, we'll see some of the important awards and honors. Okay. So let's start with the rankings and indices. Which is the only Indian company in the top 100 rank of Forbes World's Best Employer Ranking 2022. So in Forbes World's Best Employer Ranking 2022, the only Indian company that was featured in the top 100 rank was the Reliance Industries. Okay, and this list was topped by Samsung, and don't forget that Samsung is a company from South Korea, right? Next is, what is the rank of India in the WIPO Global Innovation Index 2022? So the rank of India in this index is 40th among 132 countries. And which three countries were at the top? First was Switzerland, then second was US, and the third was Sweden. Okay. What is the rank of India in the Global Crypto Adoption Index 2022? So we were at the rank 4th in this particular index. And which country was at the top? So it was Vietnam. Which Indian zoological park tops the Central Zoo Authority's recent ranking? This park is Padmaja Naidu Himalayan Zoological Park that lies in Darjeeling. Okay, and then Padmaja Naidu was followed with Arignar Anna Zoological Park that lies in Chennai at second position. Which Indian shuttler holds the top spot in the men's singles category in BWF World Tour ranking? This is HS Pranay. Okay. Which business person was ranked first in the Fortune India's list of India's richest for 2022? So this is Gautam Adani. And also you have to remember that Gautam Adani has recently overtaken Jeff Bezos, who is the Amazon founder. And now he has become the third richest in the world. Fine. And this is according to the Forbes real-time billionaire list. What is the rank of India in the UNDP's Human Development Index 2021? So India's rank was 132 among 191 countries. And which three countries were at the top? First was Switzerland, second was Norway, and the third country was Iceland. Which state won the first rank in the implementation of Poshan Abhiyan scheme as per a recent Niti Aayog report? So the state that has implemented the Poshan Abhiyan scheme most efficiently is Maharashtra. Okay. Then second is Andhra Pradesh and third is Gujarat. Fine. So these are the few important ranks that we have to remember and revise them time to time. Next, we'll be talking about important banking related current affairs. Which Indian origin veteran has been appointed as the Chief Operating Officer of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York? So this is Sushmita Shukla. Okay. And many a times we have revised this question already. For example, we have revised it in appointment category as well, right? The central government has allowed the foreign funds to invest over 51% in which bank? So now the central government has approved the foreign funds to invest over 51% in the IDBI bank. What is the GDP forecast for 2022 to 23 for India as per the World Bank India Development Update? So answer would be 6.9%, and earlier they have expected this GDP forecast to be at 6.5%. And also for the financial year 24, earlier their projection was 7%, but now they have reduced it to 6.6%. World Bank recently approved $250 million financing to which country to strengthen the environment management? This country is Bangladesh. Which public sector bank has raised 10,000 crore rupees through its maiden infrastructure bond issue? This is State Bank of India. Which bank launched the electronic bank guarantee in partnership with the National E-Governance Services Limited? So recently Canara Bank has launched this electronic bank guarantee by collaborating with the National E-Governance Services Limited. Which neighboring country of India has announced to implement the interest-free banking system by the year 2027? So recently Pakistan has announced that they would make their banking system totally interest-free by the end of 2027. Now at last we'll talk about important awards and honors. Which Indian was conferred the United Nations Environment Programme Champions of the Earth Award in 2022? This award was presented to Purnima Devi Burman. Okay. Who was honored with the Indian Film Personality of the Year 2022 award in the 53rd International Film Festival of India? This is Chiranjeevi. Okay. Who is the recipient of the Gandhi Mandela Award in 2022? This question is important and answer would be Dalai Lama. Which country won the Leadership in Family Planning Awards 2022? This is India. India has won this award. Which Indian public sector unit won the Gold Award at International Convention on Quality Control Circle? So this is NTPC. Who has been awarded the ICC's Player of the Tournament Award? So the Player of the Tournament Award was presented to Sam Curran. Okay, and from which country he belonged to? He is from England. Which Indian origin scientist has been awarded the UK's Royal Order of Merit? This is Venkatraman Ramakrishnan. And last question is, which sports person was awarded the Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award 2022? This award was presented to Mr. Sharat Kamal. Okay, and now you have to mention in the comments with which sport Sharat Kamal is associated with. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.